Leo XIV, the first American Pope. Profile of Robert Francis Prevost OSA. Prologue, White Smoke Moment. As dusk settled over Rome on the 8th of May 2025, the chimney atop the Sistine Chapel belched the long-awaited white smoke. Minutes later, Cardinal Protodeacon Dominique Momberti stepped onto the loggia of St. Peter's Basilica to announce that the conclave had chosen Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, marking the first time an American has ascended Peter's throne. Crowds erupted, church bells rang, a new chapter in Catholic history began. News Part 1, Southside Roots and Augustinian Calling, 1955-1982, Chicago Beginnings. Born 14th of September 1955 on the city's working-class South Side, Robert Prevost absorbed faith and ethnic diversity in equal measure. His family tree spans Italian, French, and Spanish stock, languages he would later master. Parish life at St. Rita of Cascia High School introduced him to the Order of St. Augustine, OSA. At 18, he entered the Augustinian novitiate, professing vows in 1977 and adopting the community's motto, "One heart, one soul on the way to God." Wikipedia academic formation. Prevost read mathematics at Villanova University, the Augustinians' flagship campus, before theology studies at Catholic Theological Union in Chicago and Rome's Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas, Angelicum. Friends recall a quiet intellect, more drawn to tutoring classmates than debating them, already displaying the conciliatory style that would later define his episcopal ministry. Wikipedia priestly ordained. On the 19th of June 1982, Archbishop Gian Jadot ordained Prevost an Augustinian priest. Within 3 years, he volunteered for the order's Peruvian missions, a choice that would shape his worldview far beyond Midwestern borders. Wikipedia Part 2, Missionary to the Peruvian North, 1985 to 1998. Arriving in Chiclayo, Peru, in 1985, Father Prevost found a diocese riven by poverty, and soon, the terror campaign of Sendero Luminoso. He taught in the seminary by day and rode a battered motorbike to remote villages by night, delivering communion and sacks of rice. Parishioners dubbed him Padre Roberto El que Escucha, the priest who listens. Formation ministry. He directed the local Augustinian seminary, emphasizing bilingual liturgy and indigenous music, long before enculturation became a buzzword in Rome. Those years etched into him a conviction: the gospel must walk on local feet, or it limps. Diario AS Part 3, Global Leadership. Prior General of the Order, 2001-2013. In 2001, the worldwide Augustinian chapter elected Prevost Prior General, successor to St. Augustine himself within the order. He governed from Rome, yet spent over 250 days a year on the road, visiting friaries on 5 continents. Colleagues remember his skill at bridge building, mending rifts between progressive and traditional houses in Spain, mediating land disputes involving Augustinian schools in West Africa, and launching scholarships for Asian novices. Wikipedia governance reforms. Prevost digitized the order's archives, tightened financial audits, and instituted transparent election norms. Reforms that impressed Vatican officials tracking religious life governance. When his second term ended in 2013, he planned a sabbatical. Heaven had other ideas. Part 4, Return to Peru, this time as Bishop, 2014-2023. From friar to father in God, Pope Francis tapped Prevost first as Apostolic Administrator, 2014, and then Bishop of Chiclayo, 2015. Locals greeted the appointment with fireworks. Padre Roberto was coming home. He took the diocesan motto, In illo uno unum, in the one Christ we are one, a call to unity across Peru's racial and class divides. Wikipedia pastoral priorities. Clerical accountability. He created an independent review board for abuse allegations, months before global norms demanded it. Synodal culture. Annual diocesan assemblies invited market women and professors to the same microphone. Ecological stewardship. Mangrove reforestation projects along the Pacific coast anticipated Laudato Si. His leadership caught Francis's eye again. In January 2023, Prevost became prefect of the Dicastery for Bishops, arguably the Vatican's most influential desk after the Secretary of State, overseeing every episcopal appointment worldwide. Latest news and breaking headlines Part 5, Cardinalate and Curial Influence, 2023-2025, the Bishop Builder in Rome. Elevated to the College of Cardinals on the 30th of September 2023, Prevost entered the stellar circle that shapes church governance. Observers nicknamed him the Bishop Builder for prioritizing pastoral competence over ideological litmus tests when advising on new bishops. Within months, he also became president of the Pontifical Commission for Latin America, reinforcing his bridge between North and South. Analysts began listing him papabile, a potential pope, citing his multilingual agility, English, Spanish, Italian, French. Administrative resume, Order Superior, Diocesan Bishop, Curial Prefect. Moderate theological compass, rooted in tradition yet aligned with Francis's synodal vision. CBS News Part 6, Conclave 2025, From Cardinal to Leo XIV, The Road to the Room of Tears. Following Pope Francis's death, 133 cardinals entered conclave. By the fourth ballot, Prevost secured the mandatory 2/3. Inside the Pauline Chapel, he accepted with the words, Accepto in fide Augustini, I accept in the faith of Augustine, and chose the name Leo XIV. The papal name signals continuity with Leo I the Great, defender of Rome against Attila. Leo XIII, social justice pioneer of Rerum Novarum. The American Latin synthesis of his ministry, combined with a name resonant of doctrinal clarity and social teaching, telegraphed a papacy aimed at mercy with backbone. The Guardian. Latest news and breaking headlines Part 7, Core Values of Pope Leo XIV. 1. Synodality as conversation. Prevost often quotes St. Augustine, in essentials, unity, in doubtful matters, liberty, in all things, charity. Expect expanded regional synods, empowering episcopal conferences while preserving doctrinal coherence. 2. Integral human development years among Peru's poor, forged his commitment to socioeconomic justice. He champions microcredit initiatives, migrant protections, and robust ecological action, likely pushing Catholic institutions to divest from environmentally harmful portfolios. 3. Transparent governance. From digital audits in the Augustinians to lay review boards in Chiclayo, Leo XIV believes sunlight fortifies trust. Vatican financial reforms and anti-abuse protocols seem poised for further tightening. 4. Pastoral orthodoxy. The new pope is doctrinally orthodox, affirming traditional marriage, Marian devotion, and sacramental discipline, yet pastorally flexible, backing Francis's outreach to remarried couples and LGBT Catholics through accompaniment rather than condemnation. 5. Global South and North in dialogue. As a U.S.-born, Peruvian naturalized missionary, Leo XIV embodies the polycentric church Francis envisaged. Watch for papal visits to Congo, Myanmar, and the Amazon within the first triennium, underscoring a shift from Eurocentric default. Sidebar A. Why Leo XIV? Leo I, doctor of the unity of the Church, defender against imperial and barbarian threats. Leo XIII, architect of modern Catholic social teaching. Leo XIV signals a synthesis, doctrinal clarity married to social mercy, a lion who listens. Sidebar B. Timeline. Year milestone 1955, born Chicago, Illinois 1977. Professed vows as Augustinian, 1982 ordained priest, 1985-98 missionary and seminary rector Peru, 2001-13 prior general Order of St. Augustine, 2015 Bishop of Chiclayo, 2023 prefect, dicastery for bishops, created cardinal, 2025 elected Pope Leo XIV. Part 8, challenges on the Leo XIV horizon, healing abuse wounds, extending survivor-centered protocols, especially in under-resourced dioceses, Curial Reform 2.0, implementing Francis's predicate evangelium, fully and auditing dicasteries for impact. Polarization within the Church, mediating between traditionalist pushback and progressive impatience, especially around liturgy and gender questions. Climate and conflict, crafting moral frameworks for AI warfare, migration crises, and environmental tipping points. Financial sustainability, plugging Vatican deficits without compromising evangelization funds. Final reflection, a listening lion. In Robert Francis Prevost, the cardinals have chosen a polyglot pastor, seasoned administrator, and bridge builder, a pope as comfortable in an Andean village as in Renaissance corridors. His Augustinian heart beats with the conviction that communion grows when truth and charity meet in honest conversation. If Leo XIV can turn that maxim into policy, marrying doctrinal clarity to pastoral audacity, his papacy may roar as loudly as any of the Leos before him. Whispers of the first American pope will dominate headlines, but for Catholics worldwide, the deeper story begins now. Whether a Southside Chicago boy who became a Peruvian missionary can guide a 1.3 billion member church through the turbulence of the third millennium. One heart, one soul, on the way to God.